Tip led Alva out of Hall of Lights and into the cool evening air. The sky above Lysheim had shifted into a deep twilight blue, streaked with ribbons of soft gold. Floating lanterns drifted lazily overhead, their glow dimmer now, like tired fireflies, struggling to stay alight. The sight made Alva uneasy. "Are the lights always this weak at night?" she asked. Tip shook his head quickly. "No. Nights used to be the brightest time in Lysheim. Lanterns would dance across the whole valley. But now," he gestured toward a row of rooftops, where half the lanterns barely flickered. "Even the skylights are losing strength." Alva hugged her arms around herself. "And the testing tomorrow. What is it?" Tip hesitated, then glanced up at her. "It's how the council discovers what the heart sensed in you. It tests for connection, for hidden magic, for, well, anything unusual." He paused. "Most humans don't pass." Alva's steps slowed. "Wait, I thought humans weren't supposed to be magical at all." "Exactly," Tip said, "which is why this is so strange." He led her down a narrow path between two glowing cottages. "Come on, you need somewhere to sleep." The small house they approached was shaped like a rounded snowdrift, with soft curves and a warm, golden window. When Tip opened the door, the inside glowed like a cozy ember. A tiny fireplace crackled without flames, just swirling light that gave off gentle warmth. A soft bed was built into the wall, layered with blankets that shimmered like woven starlight. Alva stepped inside slowly. "This is beautiful." "It's one of our guest homes," Tip said proudly. "Though we don't usually house humans." Alva sat on the edge of the bed, feeling exhaustion settle into her bones. She hadn't realized how tired she was until now. Tip hopped up onto a tiny stool beside her. "Tomorrow will be overwhelming," he said softly. "The council isn't known for being gentle." "Are you staying with me?" Alva asked. Tip puffed up slightly as if pleased. "Of course. Bell Nisses never abandon their portal arrivals, especially when the realm is fading." Alva looked toward the window. Outside, several lanterns flickered, then dimmed completely. The street plunged into partial darkness. She gasped. "Tip, the lights!" He rushed to the window, eyes widening. Not again. More lanterns dimmed across the village, one by one, like stars being blown out. A soft hum filled the air, a low, trembling sound that vibrated through the floorboards. "What's happening?" Alva whispered. Tip's face tightened. "The heart is weakening faster than we thought." As the last lantern on their street flickered out, the room fell into a soft, eerie glow, the only light coming from the fireplace. Tip looked at Alva with a seriousness she hadn't seen before. "Tomorrow," he said quietly, "is no longer just a test. It might be our only chance." Alva barely slept. Every time she closed her eyes, she heard the soft hum that had shaken the village when the lights dimmed. Even with the warm glow of the little fireplace, the room felt unsettled, as if the air itself was holding its breath. She sat up just before dawn, rubbing her eyes. Tip was already awake, pacing on the windowsill. "The lights came back during the night," he said without turning around, "but weaker, much weaker." Alva moved beside him and looked outside. The lanterns were lit again, but their glow was faint, almost transparent. "Tip, what happens if the heart stops completely?" He swallowed hard. "The realm will fall asleep." He hesitated, "and it might never wake." A chill ran down her back. Tip hopped down, Come on, the council will be waiting, and they hate waiting even more than they hate surprises. He hurried out the door, and Alva followed him into the snowy street. A hush hung over the village. Nissa walked quickly with worried expressions, their hats drooping slightly. Several nodded at Tip, but their eyes lingered on Alva with a mix of curiosity and fear. As they climbed the hill toward the tower, the sky brightened with soft morning light. The Hall of Lights looked different now, dimmer, as if its glow had thinned overnight. Inside, the council members were gathered in a circle, each holding a small crystal floating just above their palms. The crystals pulsed faintly, flickering like dying embers. Eldrin stepped forward. Alva, the heart responded, "When you entered our world, today we must understand why." He motioned her toward the center of the circle. "Do not be afraid. The testing reveals truth, not harm." That was not as comforting as he probably thought it was. Alva walked into the circle. The crystals shifted, turning toward her like a field of tiny suns. A soft vibration passed through the air, brushing against her skin. She gasped. Tip pressed both hands to his mouth. "It's reacting already." Eldrin nodded. "Begin!" The crystals rose higher, spinning slowly. Light spilled around her feet, forming glowing patterns in the snow, symbols she didn't recognize. As the circle brightened, the air grew warm, then suddenly cold. A deep hum filled the hall. Alva's heart raced. She wanted to step back, but her feet refused to move. The light intensified, wrapping gently around her like a soft wind. Then a sharp flash, a heartbeat of silence, and one of the crystals flared bright gold. The council gasped. Eldrin stepped forward, eyes wide. This should not be possible. Tip grabbed Alva's sleeve. "What does it mean?" Eldrin stared at the glowing crystal. "It means the heart has recognized her." He looked at Alva with a mixture of awe and fear. "You are connected to its fading and its survival." Alva stared at Eldrin, the words echoing in her mind. Connected to its survival. She wanted to speak, to ask what that meant. But the circle of glowing crystals suddenly shifted again. Their light dimmed, then brightened, then dimmed once more, as if struggling. Eldrin raised his hand. "Hold the circle." The council members focused, but even they seemed shaken. One Nissa whispered, "The heart has not reacted this strongly in years." Another murmured, "A human child. How can this be?" Alva felt heat building under her feet. She glanced down, a symbol glowing on the floor, one she hadn't recognized earlier, now pulsed sharply with golden light. It throbbed like a heartbeat. With each pulse, a warmth spread up her legs and into her chest. "Tip," she whispered. He rushed to her side, eyes wide. "Are you okay?" "I don't know," she answered truthfully. The symbol brightened again, and this time something responded deep inside her, a small spark, like a flicker of memory or emotion she couldn't name. The crystal spun faster, humming louder. Eldrin stepped forward, urgently. "What do you feel, Alva?" I don't know," she said, gripping her hands. "It feels like something is pulling, like something wants to wake up." Eldrin exchanged a tense look with the other counselors. Then he nodded sharply. "And the test? The heart has shown enough." The crystals lowered slowly until they hovered quietly above each council member's palms. The glowing symbols on the floor faded until they disappeared completely. Alva felt the warmth drain from her body, leaving her trembling. Tip hurried to her side. "You did it," he whispered. "You're still standing. That's good. Some people faint." "I almost did," Alva muttered. Eldrin approached her again, his expression solemn but not unkind. "The heart recognizes you. That means your arrival was no accident. The fading of the lights is tied to something in your world, or in you." Alva felt her breath catch. "But I'm just me, perhaps," Eldrin said gently. "But even the smallest spark can relight a dying flame." Before Alva could answer, the hall trembled slightly. A deep rumble rolled through the chamber, so soft she almost thought she imagined it. But the council reacted instantly. Several nurses gasped. Tip's ears shot straight up. Eldrin's face darkened. "No," he whispered. "It is starting again." The lights along the walls flickered, dimming one by one. Tip grabbed Alva's hand. "We have to get outside, now." "But what's happening?" she asked. Eldrin's voice boomed through the hall, urgent and heavy. "The heart is calling, and the darkness is growing." Alva's breath hitched. For the first time since she entered the realm, she felt truly afraid.